This is Ben, Liam and Bell on Nova.
G'day there, podcaster.
Yeah, it's a fun one today. Am I just a loser in granny's knickers? It's not a quote that came out of my mouth. It came out of Belle's mouth, actually. So, yeah, if you want to hear about Belle's knickers, you will need to listen to this. Also, Ash in the newsroom, She talks about her knickers. Ben and I don't talk about our undergarments.
But you do talk about which ones you like on the opposite sex.
We do too.
Just to fair it up, Bill, what kind of underwear do you like on a gentleman?
On a guy?
Yeah.
Look, you know what? I kind of do like those brief ones.
That's what everyone wears.
That's what
Everyone wears those.
No, not not the ones with the boy leg shorts. Not like the...
As in,
You mean
like
boxers?
You mean like...
No, oh, God, no,
as
not
in, like,
boxers,
like
gross.
Speedo looking things.
Yeah.
Oh, you like jocks?
Yeah, dad
Because
vibe.
Belle
hell?
likes dads. I think her perfect combination would be like, you know, in the American movies, they have these like white underpants and then they wear like a singlet which is like mesh, and then they have big long white socks and they have those suspenders that keep their socks up.
No.
That's
not
Belle's
that
vibe.
extent. No, I guess, hey, any guy on these are good.
Cool.
Okay. Enjoy.
And the video that is blowing up all across Melbourne at the moment, the two mums absolutely going at each other in the middle of Brighton Road in Elwood. It's said to have happened on Monday night. The two mums, one is a driver who's gotten out of her car, the other was allegedly a pedestrian. And if you haven't seen the footage already, it's incredible. These two mums are throwing punches at each other. It's said to be road rage. I mean, we don't know the whole story. They might know each other. Who knows? But they are going to town in the middle of Brighton Road.
There's some Karens throwing fists in Brighton.
And obviously, you can never encourage road rage. Mm-hmm. It is pretty funny.
Yeah.
Normally
One of the
it's
mums...
two, blokes just yelling out of their utes and stuff.
The toxic masculinity thing. But this, everyone gets the road rage. And I like how these women are literally punching each other in the face. And then this guy comes over and goes, ladies. Enough from you hens clucking around in the pen. The big rooster's here now, all right? Just chill it out a little bit.
One of the mums has still got her handbag around her shoulder.
Oh,
yeah.
She's throwing fists and she's got a handbag.
And the other one's still got her driving sunnies on. It's incredible. But she's dodging the punches beautifully.
13, 24, 10. Did your mum kick off?
Bad mums, what did they do?
Your mum didn't have to throw a fist, but maybe she just went off at someone,
Sorry, I don't want to stop anything here, but in that intro I could hear your voice. Who was the second woman in the background?
It was not me.
That wasn't Belle.
One of the mums from the office. I thought it'd give the intro more credibility if there was, someone who'd birthed a child. I'm not a mum. I can't sing on their behalf.
Hang on. Listen to it again and you can hear the woman in the background.
Bad mums, what did they do?
I must admit,
Ash?
it's not. I do. No, it wasn't Nell. She's not a mum. I actually feel bad for overpowering the mum somewhat with, I'm singing a bit louder.
Look, I'm sorry. It's besides the point. It doesn't matter who the mum is in the intro. We are doing this 13, 24, 10. Give us a buzz if you have a story to share. Did your mum kick off?
Yep. We've already got a few calls coming through for this one. Up next, I'll tell you why my mum got kicked out of a pub for kicking off one night.
Ben, Liam and Bell.
It's not too late for a cheeky summer break.
Whatif.com has awesome deals for top Aussie destinations.
Plus all kinds of places to stay for your getaway.
Jump on the What If app to book your hotels, motels, holiday rentals and more.
What if it's Aussie for travel?
Bad mums, what did they do?
After a couple of mums in Brighton
Yes,
were
these
throwing fists.
Two mums just absolutely going at each other, middle of Brighton Road in Elwood. It's being said that one was a driver, one was a pedestrian, but if you look, I think there's background tension here.
My mum stole a chip off someone's plate at a pub one night. She was a bit drunk, and then the security asked her to leave. She was like, I'm not leaving. That's just one chip. And they're like, you need to leave, ma'am. And she had a few wines. It was a whole thing.
13, 24, 10. Did your mum kick off? Bree in Knoxfield, good morning. Did your mum kick off?
Yes, she definitely did.
Tell us about
we were
it.
in the Macca's drive-thru one night, and there was a new girl who was serving us, and she mucked up our order, which was totally fine. And Mum just said, "That's right, we'll wait." And then this girl came over, who I think might have been a manager, or she was above the other girl, and she started screaming at her for mucking up our order and how she was really stupid. And my mum leant through the window and said, "Excuse me, can you come over here?" So the girl walks over and she said, "You need to treat your staff with respect. You're nothing but an effing mole."
Oh, yeah. Cop that. Mum's going off.
So your mum yelled at potentially the manager because she was talking down to the new employee.
Yeah.
Well,
And
that's
then she
that's a nice mum going off. When you said there was a new girl working at Macca's, I was like, I don't like where this story's going. And she messed up our order. I'm not going to lie.
But the hierarchy will always go employee, manager, a mum.
A mum,
Always.
a fiery mum.
Gabriella in Roxbury Park, what happened? Did your mum kick off?
Yeah. So basically, we're at the petrol station and it was full of kids, like the car. And this guy winked at my mum. My mum went out of the car and she slapped him once.
Oh my god! So someone winked at your mum and then she slapped them.
Yeah, it was some old guy.
Gee whiz.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, well, I mean, you shouldn't be winking at mums, you know.
Short and sweet.
I don't know if you should be assaulted for it, but I mean, no. Hey, we asked if your mum kicked off.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks, Gabriella.
Wild story.
Gabriella's 17, by the way.
Real to the point.
Yeah.
Bad mums, what did they do?
The video doing the rounds at the moment, two mums going at each other in the middle of Brighton Road and Elwood, possibly after some road rage. It's incredible footage. There are punches thrown left, right and centre. So
It's almost UFC-like because they're throwing fists, but they're also ducking and weaving.
And taking the hits on the chin as well. Two mums just locking horns.
Amanda in Werribee, did your mum kick off?
My mum did kick off, indeed.
What
dearie
happened?
me.
We were in a car park and a car backed out in front of us. This was way back in the 90s before mobile phones or mobile phone cameras. And the guy backed out in front of us. She tooted the horn to let him know that we were there and he stuck his finger up at her. So she hopped out of the car in front of everyone and kicked in the side of his car.
Do you think that was a reasonable reaction from Mum, or do you think that he just
absolutely?
You reckon a rude finger for a dented-in car? I mean,
Amanda, your
Then
mum
she went home.
Like, is that out of character for your mum, or did she do that and you went, oh yeah, there she goes?
Oh no, we were just like, yeah, that's totally normal. That's fine. Then she went home and cooked dinner, and the police come.
right.
So did she get charged?
I think she did. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That tends to happen when you kick people's cars in. I love the idea of your mum fighting off three cops on the lawn. Like, come on, who's next? You're going to have to ring in the SWAT team if you want to take me down. I'm in the middle of a chicken tikka masala for the family.
There's news of Batman 2. The first one, Robert Pattinson, was so good.
Bringing out number 2.
Such a good movie. Liam, you went and saw it twice in the cinemas.
Which was probably too much, to be honest. It was a really good movie, but it goes for 3 hours. So 6 hours in a cinema in 1 week, too much.
Remember when you saw the Batmobile for the first time?
Oh, yeah.
And the big blue flames
coming
coming out of it.
revving. I mean, you got the Penguin there. Colin Farrell doing a wonderful job.
I'm just so excited you guys are now a fan of Edward Cullen.
Yeah, wow, no, yeah, always liked our Pats because I'm a Harry Potter guy, Cedric Diggory.
How's that scene at the start of the Batman where he's just pummeling the absolute crap out of that guy?
Oh, yeah, because that's the thing with Batman, he's a bit darker than your average superhero.
In the real world, you probably go to prison for manslaughter.
Yeah,
in
but not
Batman's
him.
world,
he owns that world.
Yeah.
He's also a rich guy, and rich guys can do whatever they...
Is this
Sorry,
what the next
Belle.
3 hours
Sorry,
is
Belle.
going to be?
are you not entertained by us talking about Batman?
No.
What was your favourite scene from the latest Batman film?
I haven't seen it.
Well,
because-
you'd be one of the few because it was actually pretty big in the box office. Are you a fan of the Nolan trilogy?
Which one's that? Is that Heath Ledger one?
Where he was
Yes.
in the middle film of
I
that,
like
yes?
the Heath Ledger one.
Okay.
That's the only one I've seen.
Well, you
and
didn't
I
like
it.
Rises?
I haven't seen that.
Do you want me to do my Bane impression?
No, I
Go on.
don't. You do it every freaking week.
It's Bane, Bill.
13 24 10. Give us a buzz if you'd like to take part in our 610 quiz. We do it every morning.
Yep. This morning's quiz is going to be Batman themed.
No, it's not.
It's 610. Hallelujah, it's 610.
Good morning, Alice in Werribee. Are you excited about Batman 2 coming out in 2025?
Yeah, sure am.
Oh,
Yeah.
good stuff. Well, unfortunately, Belle's nuked our entire Batman-themed 610 quiz this morning, so it's just going to be regular questions about the last 24 hours, what's happened in the news. Is that okay?
Sounds good.
No worries. You get all the questions right, you are able to pick the next song we play. So question 1, it's the first day of February. What physical attacks do you usually inflict on a friend on the first day of the month?
Pinch punch.
Yep.
I was really worried about that answer. She goes, yeah, you punch him in the face. You kick him.
And what would you do in return, Alice? It'd be a stab in the back.
You
No,
don't stab someone in the back.
Whatever it's called.
No, it's a flick and a kick for being too quick.
Yeah,
Oh.
Yeah.
that's right.
Yeah, but then isn't it stab in the back for having a crack?
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Back can't get me back.
Yeah.
really?
It's definitely, there's 3 layers to it,
Oh,
yeah.
right.
So basically you just punch each other up and bash each
Yeah,
other.
I remember in school the third one was if they get you with flicking a kick, you get them back with poking a choke. But then it starts getting pretty dark.
Yeah, then the police get involved at a certain point. Anyway, Alice, because that second bit was just sort of a flair question, you still get to stay in the game. So good news for you. So here we go. The Gold Coast has been named as one of the most welcoming cities in the world. What is the only Queensland city bigger than the Gold Coast?
Sunshine?
Oh, it's like the main one, the capital. Alison, in Box Hill, the big city in Queensland. Do you know it?
Brisbane?
That's it. The Melbourne CBD is now busier on weekends than on weekdays. Work that out. What does CBD stand for?
Oh, Central Business District?
She's got it. Happy birthday, Harry Styles. 29 today. On which reality show was he discovered?
Oh, was it Britain's Got Talent?
Oh, it wasn't. I'm so sorry, Alison.
13 24 10. Give us a buzz if you want to play the 610 quiz this morning. Only one more caller to go, so I really hope they get the question right.
Tom in Murrelbach, good morning. Which reality show was Harry Styles discovered on?
X Factor.
He's got it. Last one. We're going to need your singing voice. The Jonas Brothers are now on the Walk of Fame. Can you finish these lyrics?
Can't keep it moving.
I think you'll find it's the title of the song.
No, Tom. It sounds kind of like what you said.
Now, Tom, look, we've got no one else to go to. So did you want to have another crack at it, or do you absolutely not know?
I do not know, unfortunately.
Oh, jeez. All right.
That's all right.
No,
That's a
how
worry.
embarrassing.
It is a bit, Tom, but, no real stress. We've got Nick from Bundoora who's called now. Can you finish these lyrics, Nick?
Cakes by the ocean.
Yes. Cake by the Ocean. Not actually by the Jonas Brothers. It's just one of them in that DNCE.
It's been a hot content question this morning because as a Joe Bro fan, I would argue that's not a Jonas Brothers song.
Well, I mean, Nick, you've done well. You've won the 610 quiz.
You'll get to choose the next song we play, but also we'll give you a double pass to Palace Pentridge Open Air Cinema for winning.
Oh, you lucky duck.
Yeah, good.
Okay, all right. Well, what do we want to hear? Do we want to hear Gym Class Heroes again?
Or for the 100th day in a row, The Fray.
The choice is yours, Nick. What's your choice?
I'll do you the favour. We'll get rid of the fray.
Oh,
okay.
yeah, thank
What does it mean to get rid of it?
Nick's just doing you a solid, Bell. He's going to put a bullet in your song.
And Ben, Liam, I want to talk about G-String.
Bell, you have our attention.
Oh, you don't say. Last night I went to an event. It was a launch of a lingerie brand collabing with a sex toy brand. And it
Hang
was...
on, where did this come up from?
It's on Chapel Street.
Would you get an email about it or something?
Yeah, I got invited.
Why am I getting Big Bash tickets and you're getting to go to lingerie things?
This was all females and it was like...
There was no guys there?
No guys,
Okay.
no.
Come on, it's 2023.
Yeah, okay, so they did...
I'm going to send a complaint email to the PR team, okay? I think that's
I'll
unfair.
complain that I don't get to go to the Big Bash.
You can come...
I
There's
don't wanna go
NBL
to the
tickets
Big
going, you can come any old time.
But so there was a part of the whole launch was they did a little catwalk show of the lingerie pieces. A heap of beautiful girls were doing the catwalk. And what I noticed was that, yes, it is lingerie, but everything was G-strings. Everything was as small as like just a strap. And
Stop it.
Like I said, I get it. It's lingerie. It's meant to be a bit sexy, but I started to realise that I think I missed this whole boat where G-strings made a return and they've come back. In my head, it was Paris Hilton. It was Kath and Kim. It was kind of 2001 was the G-string. It became kind of bogan. And then now there's people like Hailey Bieber, Kim Kardashian wearing G-strings.
Did it ever go away?
Well, I thought it did.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's been...
Well,
Yeah.
as a female, I can't think of anything more uncomfortable. I just
Unless I've
can't.
been hanging around the wrong women. Do you know what I mean?
I think, though, that there's a difference. I think, and Liam, maybe I'm wrong here, but I think as men, we just think any underwear
that goes up your bum a bit is a G-string. Because that's the thing, you're so used to having like Bond's kind of like bike shorts.
Yep.
Sort of. You want to get that fabric as far away from any crease possible.
But, Belle, you're saying a G-string is in something that is a thin bit of string, and then you can see it like halfway up their back.
If you want, you don't have to. It doesn't have to. You don't always have to poke it out the top.
Yeah.
But I'm saying as thin as like just a strap, and not ones that kind of go wider than that really. But as a girl, most uncomfortable thing I'm not a fan of at all. I feel like too much hangs out at the front, at the back. There's a lot going on. But if your partner's if you were getting intimate with your partner and they put on a G-string, would you find that attractive or not?
I mean, you're not finding it not attractive, are you?
Yeah.
Really?
I'd say it's hot.
Really?
Yeah.
If Ben was wearing it, I wouldn't find it hot.
God, no.
Ben's got a lot of hair going on the back. We know this. But, okay, so you honestly, your answer would be see a girl in a G-string hot.
I think that's putting it lightly, yeah.
Okay, maybe it's just me. Ash, in the newsroom.
Yes.
What are your thoughts on G-strings?
I'm all for them because, say you're wearing undies at the gym and you're trying to work out, there is nothing worse than needing to pick a wedgie and deal with that. Whereas a G-string, functionality-wise, fantastic.
You're wearing a G-string at the gym?
Absolutely.
It's a constant wedgie.
Yeah, but isn't there like, with sweat and everything, isn't it chafe? Isn't it like
No, quite the opposite. Seam-free ones, amazing.
And you run marathons. Stuff,
yeah, absolutely.
You would know.
There's no way I'm wearing like full brief undies running a marathon.
Hang on, are you wearing a G-string running a marathon?
Absolutely.
Oh my God.
Absolutely.
Well, Belle, it seems like you're the only person that thinks G-strings are not hot.
Am I just a loser in granny undies?
I think Belle's wearing granny undies. I'm reading between the lines.
Now, Belle, you're more of a, what would you say your drink of choice is? A rosé?
A gin and tonic.
A gin and tonic?
The old G&T.
Liam, I know you're a beer man.
Big beer guy.
You'll be upset to hear that the price of beer is going up from today.
You're kidding?
Yep. So a carton will go up about $1.50.
You know what the worst part about all of that is? It makes you want a beer. Hearing that news, and it's going to cost you more. You know?
Yeah, tragic.
Does it make you want a beer?
Yeah, of course. You get some sad news, have a beer.
No, that's a very unhealthy way of dealing with
True.
it.
No, you get some happy news, and then have a beer. That's a good point. That's a good point.
Right now, Liam and Belle, we need to talk about baby names.
Good. I've been meaning to bring this up.
Okay, well, let me explain first. Last week, my wife Sam and I announced that we were having our first child.
Yes.
We also announced, Liam, yes, you will be the godfather.
And I don't know if there was something in the contract there when we signed, because it looked like a legally binding thing, Bill, about naming rights. I don't know if that was just me. I skimmed through it, I signed. And
certainly do not get naming rights.
Obviously, there's a bit of influence, though. You're involved in the conversation as a godfather.
We did the gender reveal yesterday. The video's online if you want to go and see Liam almost die. Spoiler alert, he does get tackled quite hard. But we're at the stage now where we're talking baby names because it is a boy. And originally, before we even got pregnant, we thought we knew what the name was going to be. But now that we actually know we're having a boy, it started the discussion about other names. And anyone who's had a child will agree that it's hard to come up with a name because there's so many names that she hates for dumb reasons and there's so many names that I hate for dumb reasons.
But also, you're locking into this child has to live with this name. That's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
Do you think you're going to have a pretty standard name that has been around for 20, 30 years, or do you think you're going to have one of those sort of trippy names? Because if we go off pets, I have a cavoodle called Toby. Belle, you have a cat called Gary. Normal names. Your pets' names all are a bit different, Ben.
Yeah, true, but that's because we named the cats after video game characters.
That's what I mean. Are you going to call your kid Ratchet or Clank or something?
No, not going to do that. But I'd say the names at the moment are all pretty standard names.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So the first name that Sam vetoed immediately was the name Aaron, because there was a kid in her high school who was the kid that ate stuff for money.
Yeah, you don't want that kid to be your kid. That kid's great fun to be around, but great to laugh at, but you don't want him coming home and going, why did you do that, mate? Why did you do that?
There was some names that I vetoed for, I guess, dumb reasons, but I had to veto them. So she really likes the name Hamish. And so I had to veto that because I was like, well, I work in radio, so if I call my kid Hamish, everyone think I named my kid Hamish after Hamish Blake.
Have you vetoed Liam?
I just wouldn't call my kid Liam.
Yeah.
Sounds like it's still on the table to me. So that sounds like Sam and The Godfather will be pushing for that one.
Another name that we both genuinely did really like, but I had to veto it, was Billy. I like the name Billy for a kid.
I like Billy for a girl.
Yeah, 100%.
With the IE.
Yep.
Like Billy Piper.
Like Billie Eilish.
But
probably a better reference, Belle. Yeah, good point. Yeah, not the girl on Doctor Who 15 years ago, yeah.
My worry was that Murphy's Law, they'll end up at the bottom of a well. That's what I thought. I was like, was Billy down the wells the old school, like, Lassie?
I must admit, I don't know that one.
You know that one? So, like, when Lassie's like, Billy's fallen down a well, and then you follow Lassie and the...
I think you can still... It's pretty good. I don't think anyone thinks that.
Well, that's what I thought.
But hey, true. If it's your kid and you're stressed around wells for the rest of your life, then not good.
The other name that was getting thrown around was Wilson, but I was like... Wilson!
Yeah, that's a life of...
Yeah, but you... although if you call your kid Wilson, you can do that, like, at the park. You can be like, Wilson! Yeah. Everyone will get it. They'll have a laugh.
Look, maybe I'm going to ruin a few more names for myself this morning, but I'd love to know, 13, 24, 10, what baby name did you veto and why?
Yeah.
It can be a personal reason. It could be a public reason. Whatever you want. 13, 24, 10.
Maybe your partner just completely, missed the boat on like a huge pop culture reference. You're like, you can't call your kid that. No way.
13, 24, 10. Give us a buzz and let us know, what baby name did you veto and why?
If you've missed it, Ben and his wife Sam are having a baby. I, Liam, am the Godfather.
Yep, and at the moment, we, as in my wife, Sam and I, not Liam, are in the we're in the baby naming stage. But I'm saying at the moment, there's so many names that I agree, like I like the names, but you have to veto them because you know someone in your life personally and you don't necessarily like that person, so you have to put a line through it straight away.
Did you have a list forming before Sam got pregnant, or is it just suddenly you've started talking about it now?
There was never a physical list, but we'd talked about it.
Yeah, right.
We had friends of ours who wanted an Inder. Like, I've got a cousin called Indy, but they wanted an Inder, and then it got vetoed because their last name is Brum.
Oh my God!
The little Inder Brum wouldn't be, probably get a bit bullied at school, I reckon.
That's like the old calamari. Like you've got to put the first name.
You got to see how the whole thing sounds, don't you? Monique at Emerald, did you have to veto a baby name?
Yes, we had to veto May as a baby name for our daughter because our surname is Godbehere.
May? No. So your surname is actually Godbehere?
Yes.
So it would have been May Godbehere?
Yes.
That is wild.
So is it spelt God be here, or is it just pronounced God be here?
No, it's spelt Godbehere.
But do you know,
that's an interesting last name.
The history of that name, Monique?
It's English, and it's either from religious origins or it's good beer. So we're going with the good beer option.
I get you. Karina in Coldstream, you had to veto a baby name.
Yeah, I wanted Maverick after a rodeo that I went to. A cool little boy stayed on the bull the longest, but my husband did not want to have a child after Top Gun.
Yeah, it did, because it feels like you got out of Top Gun too and went, that's sick. We're either having a goose or a Maverick. Alison in Brighton East, is there a name that you've had to go, no, we're not calling it that?
Yeah, hi guys, and welcome to Melbourne.
Thank
Love
you.
hearing you on the radio.
Alison.
Yes, yes. The name that was vetoed was Billy. I know Mel loves that name, but it was vetoed because my surname's Jeans.
Billie Jean. It's not my lover. Yeah, you can't be doing that. Yeah, especially with the news stories around the composer of that particular piece of music. No, we all know what's going on. Alison.
Was your partner wanting that name because of the song?
No, it was more so me. And then he said, "You can't be serious. Our surname's Jeans. Have you thought about that?"
See, with the last name, my last name's Harvey. I like the name Harvey for the first name.
Yeah, Harvey,
it'd be just getting it out there. It'd be weird if I called my kid Harvey, wouldn't it?
I think Harvey's pretty
Harvey
weird.
squared. Yeah, but it's like, I mean, I can't call my kid Michael because then I'd have Michael Jackson.
Yes.
This is true. Alicia, in Heidelberg, is there a name that you had to veto?
So with our names, because we have two daughters, so we knew gender coming into it, and we had to go through a list of girls that my partner had been with just to make sure that we didn't repeat names. So Ellie, Bonnie, Sarah, just going through this list of names that we just couldn't
I
use.
was going to say, it sounds like your partner's a bit of a rooster. I mean, that doesn't sound like you were left with many names there from your husband's handiwork over the years.
It also seems strange. It sounds like you sat him down and went, okay, so who are all of your previous partners?
Yeah.
What are their first and their last names?
I support that, Alicia. I totally support that. I wouldn't want a kid named after an ex of my partner's.
Yeah,
absolutely
sure,
not.
Sure, I think I'll be pretty safe with baby names.
Lane's wide open.
Oh yeah, you throw anything at it, unless it's Sarah, it should be sweet. Elise joins us in Richmond. Did you have to veto a baby name?
Sure did. My surname's Beatty, so we had to veto Diane or Di for obvious reasons.
Oh, yes, okay. Well, that's
Diabetes
fair.
is not a great
yeah.
name.
It's, I mean, I'm glad that you thought of that then, though, because...
Little diabetes.
Oh, Beatties is your last... Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
Oh, Ben got there.
I was a bit slow there, sorry.
But that's the thing. It's so good that you realise that before the birth, because otherwise, if that kid gets to year 5 and then it comes out, that
Little
sucks.
diabetes.
Little cute diabetes. You'd probably get diabetes from all the shame eating you'd get from just the hazing around your name.
I was reading an article this morning. I didn't believe the article, but it said that barbed wire tattoos are back in fashion.
You'd be flat if you lasered it off.
Like the ring around the arm.
Old school barbed wire around the bicep.
They're coming back.
Right. My boyfriend has actually just got done his first laser appointment to remove one of his tattoos that I personally always thought was on par with a barbed wire tattoo.
Mm-hmm.
He has a giant Southern Cross tattoo on his chest.
Yeah.
But I mean,
You've always loved that, haven't you?
I'm scared that it's my fault that he's getting it lasered off because I always poke fun. But he says because he was in the army and he's fought overseas that he earned it. And that's
Didn't he also have no regrets?
Live life, no regrets. So he had live life on one arm, no regrets on the other arm, and then the irony is he's lasered that off as well.
He lasered off the main regret he had, which was getting that tattoo on his arm. In the process of moving the old licence over from an SA one to a Victorian one, we're new here in town. Belle, you grew up here, but Ben and myself are new. And it's filling out all the forms. My fiancée as well, she had to do the forms, and I was sort of helping her out with it. And I got to the, I know her date of birth and all that sort of stuff. But I always have to ask, what's your phone number? Like, even though I'm literally marrying this person, I've been texting them every single day for almost 6 years. I wouldn't know their phone number.
I'm the same, Liam, and my wife Sam always gets a little bit annoyed at me that I don't know her number.
Yeah, but
Really?
why you don't have to know it.
Well, she
Yes,
always...
you do. Well, you should if you're in an
But
emergency.
if it's in your... Yeah, but if it's an
No.
emergency, I'll call the police. You know what I mean?
No, but when it says next of kin, I've only been with Luke for a year and a half, and I know his number off by heart. I just, you write it down for forms and stuff. And
It's a little clingy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've only got
Not
limited space
clingy.
in my brain, and I'm not going
Yeah.
to remember my wife's phone number
But-
with that space.
But here's the thing,
You don't remember a lot of things.
That's true.
Ben. I as far as number, I don't know my fiance's. I know my own number.
I like your number.
Thank you.
It's a good number.
I know
No,
your
no.
number too, Liam.
No, do you?
Off by heart. Yeah.
Do all of it except for the last 3 digits.
0418
Yep.
060.
Okay, well, we can stop there.
Look at this way. I think Liam's got almost 5, maybe 4 6s in his number.
Okay, now
his
we're
number.
actually giving it away.
Yeah, and 3s.
All right, guys. Pump the brakes. I know my number, which is an easy one to remember. I know 13 24 10. because I say it a lot.
Okay.
And I also know 82893692, which was my family home phone growing up, because that's when you really needed to. Because if you were speaking to someone at school, you're like, hey, we should have a sleepover or something, and then you give them your home phone.
Did you know your best friend's home phone number as well?
I did. I've forgotten that, but for some reason, I'm like, why do I not know my fiance's phone number, but I know the number of the house I grew up in and I haven't been in for almost 10 years.
I feel very targeted at the moment because I can remember my own home phone number growing up, but I can also remember my best friend Beefy's home phone number growing up. That was 85242227.
Yeah.
Because you had to know it. You didn't have it written down anywhere.
I know
Beef
mine.
still in the same place if you want to give him a buzz. Belle, have you retained any useless information over the years?
Oh, absolutely. Year 8 in science, we learnt the periodic table of the elements. We learnt it through song, and it has never left my brain.
Well, to be fair, that's kind of useful. I mean, I don't think
It's really not.
You're never using that.
It's a good point. At least it's like an educational thing.
Can I get a little bit of it?
Yeah. So I know the first 20.
Okay.
Hydrogen, helium, lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, neon, sodium, magnesium, aluminium, silicon, phosphorus, sulfur, chlorine, argon, potassium, calcium.
It's pretty good.
It's not a song.
No, but it's
so
like there's a little bit of a tune.
Hydrogen, helium, lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, neon, sodium, magnesium, aluminium, silicon, phosphorus.
Now that's a
sulfur,
song.
chlorine.
Hey,
Yeah.
I'm keen for the Fred Again
And then you
remix
go
of
argon,
that.
potassium, calcium.
Hey! Yeah. Why don't we do this morning? 13 24 10. What useless information have you retained? Like your brain probably just went, oh yeah, there is that thing, that file that we've stored that we probably could get rid of. But this is the moment that it will become useful for you. It could win you a prize on the radio. My God. 13 24 10. What useless information have you retained? And Ben and Belle, I was just saying how it baffled me yesterday, how I've realised I don't even know my fiance's phone number. We're literally getting married, but I remember my home phone number from years ago, 82893692. So we're asking the question, what useless information have you retained? Don't call the number I just said, because that would go to my old home phone in the suburbs of South Australia. You need to call 13 24 10. Ash in St Albans, what useless information have you retained?
I learnt the ABCs backwards when I was in grade 1.
That's pretty good.
Why did they teach you it backwards, and why?
I had a substitute teacher, and yeah, that's what we learnt in class.
It's one of those things. It's big brain stuff though. Like I know it's obviously a thing I've heard before, but when people do it, you're like, wow, like that's pretty cool.
Teacher, what, like, how is that ever going to come in handy?
I honestly, Ash, I can't get past Y. Like Z, Y, I can't get past that. So you're going to have to give us a demonstration now. Can you please do the alphabet backwards?
Yeah, it's ZYX, WV, UTS, RQP, ONM, LKJ, IHG, FED, CBA.
Whoa. I mean,
very good.
Yeah. That's good.
Yep.
That's I was like trying to find faults in it. I couldn't.
Christy in Mulgrave, what useless information have you retained?
So in year 7, I did a bit of Japanese, and I cannot get Twinkle Twinkle Little Star out of my head.
Like in the Japanese version of that.
I'm pretty sure I can remember it.
Okay. Sure. So in case there's ever a Japanese baby around you that needs to be put to bed, you can
No,
you can
that's what I'm
quickly.
scared of.
Yeah.
We are not going to be able to check this is correct, but can you please give us Twinkle Twinkle Little Star in Japanese?
Okay, here we go. Kira, 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 otara o hoshio. Baba tiki kira, otara o hoshio. Baba tiki kira, otara o hoshio.
Very good.
Thank you. If you are Japanese, 0457 310 100. Text in, say if that's right or not. Kerry joins us now. What useless information have you retained?
The Big Mac cheeseburger song for McDonald's.
Oh yeah, that's old school.
I don't know what that is.
You know what that is though? That's just the corporation. You know, burning it into your tiny mind. They've achieved exactly what they wanted there. Of course, we do love our partners at Macca's here at Nova though, and the new menu is great. Kerry, can you give it to us?
I would love to. So it's 2 all beef patties, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun.
2 all beef patties, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun.
It does check out. It does check out.
It's not that hard to remember.
What was
It's
that
pretty short. It's pretty short. It's like two sentences.
I'm not blown away. And it's also the main ingredients of a burger. You know, you're not like, is it, you know, what is it? At the very end of last year, there was a show called The Challenge. You probably haven't heard about it because no one watched it. It was on, I think they moved it to 10 Shake, and at one point it had 10,000 viewers. By the end of it, no one in Brisbane, literally no one in the entire city of Brisbane. I think there was like 14 people one night in Melbourne. And we're like, who's watching this show? And we put the call out there, and we got a call from a lovely woman called Lisa in Ringwood who was a little bit embarrassed about the whole thing, that she was ashamed to say that she was enjoying the show and just watching it. And we said, you know what, we could probably get Lisa on again to review some of the reality television out there, because we know she's across it all. And it's been a big week for that because there's a lot of new shows starting.
Yep, now seems like the perfect time to speak with Lisa again from Ringwood. She joins us. Good morning, Lisa. How you doing?
G'day, guys.
It's so good to have you back, Lisa. Now, obviously, I mean, there's a lot of big shows. You got MAFS competing with Survivor. Yep. There's also Australian Idol.
Yep.
So the question is, what is taking your interest?
Well, so I'm a little embarrassed to say, but I'm going to say it anyway. I watched MAFS episode 1 and 2 back to back last night, and I was a little bored. And after that, then I jumped to Idol.
Oh, right! So you're playing for all the teams.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit Idol the second episode tonight, and then I'll go Survivor.
Interesting.
You're getting all of them done.
So far, Lisa, are you actually enjoying Idol more than MAFS? Is that right?
Oh my God, yes. Idol, I tell you what, if you want to laugh, you got to get on. You got to jump on board and have a laugh, because Kyle absolutely annihilates these people who think they can sing.
Okay, well, it's interesting that you say that, Lisa, because I do have some actual viewer numbers here from people in Melbourne and who watched what. Now, MAFS did win. They got 285,000 people watching. Coming in second was Survivor with 150,000, which was actually a tie with the number of people watching Four Corners. And then last was Australian Idol, just with 110,000.
Oh, right. So what about you?
Oh, wow.
I thought Oz Idol would be the big one, because it's back, and I mean, it seems like it's got your pick of the bunch so far, Lisa.
Well, more people watched MAFS than Survivor and Idol viewers put together.
Is MAFS, Lisa, I heard someone talking about it. Is it like they're going for a bit of a heart-to-heart one, because there's a woman with a condition who's finding love or something like that?
Yeah, so that was the first episode, and they've changed it up a bit, so it's not as boring. I think, they go through, and what they've done in previous years is have selections and photos and all of that boring stuff, and you lose interest. But this time they just jump straight in, and they go to the, the hens and bucks, where you get to sort of engage. And they also, with the second couple they match, Bronte and Harrison, who's a complete, I don't know if I can say it because kids are back at school, but it starts with a D and ends with a D. He's just a total... Like, they try and catch you straight up, so you're intrigued and you want to watch it.
Yeah, I get it.
So, Lisa, look, would you agree with me on this one, though? With MAFS, it actually really frustrates me that they're still getting away with calling it an experiment. It's on its 10th season at the moment, and they're still going, we're here for this experiment. If this is an experiment by a scientist, this would have been culled years ago.
The funding would have been cut at this point.
Exactly. It's not an experiment.
No, and I think, I sort of...
But you're there for the drama.
We'll call it what it is, drama. I just get my kicks out of it, let's be honest. We do. As Aussies, we love the drama. We follow the drama.
Well, Lisa,
and I think that's what's everyone hooked.
As a show, we love you. I think the fact that you're trying to keep across all 3 TV shows is impressive. And, I mean, this is the second time you've been on now. So can you officially be our, reality TV reporter? Are you okay with that?
Oh, look, I'm down. I'm down with it. I've just got to remember not to use, profanity.
Well, you did a really good job. We all read between the lines. Do you normally swear like a bit of a trooper?
Oh, Yeah, well, yes, I do.
It sounded like you were about to say F and O.
Belle, you'd be pretty excited with that news about the Joe Bros. They have got their own Hollywood star now.
About time. They should have been given one years ago. They've got one each now as well.
They individually got one.
Yes, there's a beautiful photo of them all standing holding their stars.
I feel like, realistically, that like the Joe Bros, you could slam them in together and save some space for the other celebrities to come. Do you know what I mean? Like they were the most famous together as the Jonas Brothers outfit.
They've all done stuff by themselves. It's been great.
Did the fourth Joe Bro get a pity star?
For Bonus Jonas.
Very good, Liam. Yeah, Bonus Jonas, Frankie, unfortunately, no.
Imagine if all your brothers had Hollywood stars and you didn't.
Yeah,
Hey, he's on TikTok now,
I like the idea of him getting a kebab or something, walking home, and he just sees the first brother star, a bit sad, like the next one. I've wasted my life.
What's trending?
Trending all over the internet.
Twitter. Instagram.
Welcome to Facebook.
Well, an Aussie city has been named one of the most welcoming cities in the world. The Gold Coast.
The GC.
The Gold Coast has been named number 10 most welcoming city in the world. This is judged off the best landmarks, food, service, and the friendliest people.
I think that person just doing the survey got swept up by the meter maids. It was like, oh, everyone's so friendly here. I went to Movie World and all these cartoon animals were talking to me.
And the Red Hot Chili Peppers are here in Australia at the moment. But Flea has been caught hitting on women at Bondi Beach. There's a few photos doing the rounds online. You can see him in his undies, just his undies, walking around the beach, just approaching women, having a chat.
Originally from Melbourne, Flea. My favourite Flea fact is that he voiced Donnie on the Wild Thornberrys, that cartoon. You know, Marianne, that one. I wonder when he's picking up at the beach, what do you think he leads with? Is it I play bass for Red Hot Chili Peppers, or should I do the Donnie voice?
Probably Chili Peppers.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah, no, true. Maybe that's more of a second date thing when you bring that other one up.
And finally, a learner driver has been caught doing 253 kilometres per hour in a Commodore Ute in Adelaide.
I mean, that's bad.
Very bad.
But you've got to admit, that's an impressive amount of speed.
No, don't.
I mean, I wouldn't want anyone to be doing that. But to get 253 clicks in a ute when you're on your L plates.
He's 20 years old. He cracked 253 kilometres per hour before the car broke down on the side of the road.
I didn't realise that a regular car, like I know it's probably like a super Commodore, I didn't think a regular car could get to that speed.
Well, this is actually the highest, fastest ever speed clocked by police.
He was steaming. What do the police even do? Because they can't, that'd be dangerous to chase someone at 253. So are they just like,
No,
slow down!
And radio the other people.
And then what do
cars.
they do? If they throw those things out, then the car will just explode.
What they would do is they'd probably take a photo of the speedometer and send it to their mate and go, check this out.
You're not going to believe this, kid.
You will not believe this.
Surely you're going to prison for a long time.
No,
for doing
he's not.
Nah, you get your car impounded and you lose your license. You wouldn't go to prison.
Yeah, he's lost it.
Mate,
Surely-
if you went to prison for speeding, the jail was
Yeah, I know, but
clogged up.
surely there's a limit. Like over 250, you're going, okay, now you're doing a few months. Okay, that's the only way you're going to learn.
I guess.
For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au.